Hey everybody, this is Jessica and I am back to introduce my brand new collection, the 24 karat gold timeless collection. And really I made this collection because I kept getting a lot of suggestions by people who liked the Instaglam to do something smoother. And I've been hearing that for a while now, but just haven't had time to get around to it. And I did make my Shimmery Swirls collection, but that one is more focused on like the brush strokes and the movement and everything. So that one was a little bit different. But the Instaglam, everyone liked them, but the patterns were really strong in them. So they kind of wanted something more really creamy and smooth. So finally, I got around to making it. And actually, I'm working on a bunch of new things, but I realized I wanted something like that as well for myself. So kind of just wanted to get that knocked out, and then I can use it on my new projects. So without further ado, like this works really just like all my other systems. There's really no tricks. It's really easy. One-click layer styles. I've got my resize actions. So I'll have links to my other videos. You just load your three elements, which are the layer styles, the patterns, and the actions, and you're ready to play. So right now I've got my print styles loaded up, and then I've got a print document here. So all I'm going to do is, I can just start applying the styles, and probably most of you will know how to do this, but I've just got some text here, and I can fly through on my styles and flip through and see how it looks. And as you can see, it's really creamy. I kind of have like a little pattern going with some of these styles. I've made like a base style, and then when you see like 2A, 2B, 2C, I made this base style with kind of like a really cool gold thing, and then the B style will have more of like some smears in it, and then the C style will have a little bit of sparkle on it. So I kind of was playing with that kind of idea. So you see gold A, gold B, and then gold C has a little bit of glimmer in it, just really subtle. But one thing that's good is I made these things super big, so you can have like this really dramatic effect like this if you want. But I have my scale actions, of course, like I've had before, so you can scale down the size by 50%. And as you see now, it's really smoother. But I didn't want to not give you those other options of having a little bit more texture to it, just a little bit. But it still looks really amazing. And then I could even scale it down again, and then it's super fine. So really, with all of these styles, you get like a good three different effects from them. So it's really cool. So here I'll put the gold 1B here, and it's nice and big texture, not too textured, but you can see some details, and I can just click my play button, scale it down by 50%, and then it's more creamy. I could scale it down by 50 again, and then it's even creamier. So it's really cool in that way, and just gives you not just, I have like 93 different patterns here, but really you've got three times that. So, and then you can even scale it back up again, scale it back up to the top, the top. But so that's really cool. So you just got a huge amount of options here. And some of these you've got a little bit of glimmer on them, and they just look really great. Just it's like it's like if you are painting and then you've got a little unevenness and you've got a little shimmer. So I'm really excited about these styles. Oops, didn't mean to scale that up. You can scale it down. So yeah, you just got a lot of different things. I love, like it's like a brush stroke, but there's a little bit of shimmer in some of them. But then, you always have the basics with just really smooth, amazing style. So I had a lot of fun making it. It was a little bit hard. I played with the color because that's really key to getting these golds, is getting those colors really perfect, because I've seen some out there with like a bit of a green tint, and you just really have to make sure you get those perfect. So I made sure that all the colors are super consistent. And that's pretty much the golds. And then, of course, I give you the whole pattern collection. Um, so you can not only just click the styles, but I use the patterns more honestly. I keep a very condensed list of styles here and generally. And then because for me it's faster to have all my patterns loaded, I can double click on this pattern overlay here and then I can just flip through. I can even use my up and down arrow. So for me, that makes it really fast to fly through these different patterns. And why I also like that is say, I've got this layer style applied here. Okay, I want to scale it down to 50%. It's really smooth, looks really amazing. Well, I can double click on my pattern overlay and it still keeps it at 50%. So if I go through here, it'll kick it back to the original 100%. But if I go through on my pattern overlay and I go click up and down, I still am seeing it at 50%. So it's still the same, the smoothest that I like it, the smoothness that I like it. And then I can flip through and fly through and find one that I like just perfectly. So that's another reason why I just give you everything that you could want with it. I give you the pattern collection and don't just try to hide them in the layer style. So you've got the patterns, you've got the layer styles, you've got the actions to scale it up and down. You really got everything. And one thing I love about this set is because it's so smooth. I'll just put a pattern, I've got a layer here. I'm just going to apply my style on it. Because it's so smooth, it looks amazing with some of your brushes. So it just looks like you've just got these really great gold brushes. And then you can fly through and check out all your different, let's see, I'm going to put this one at 50%. So you can just fly through and try out all your different golds. And it just looks really cool. It looks like you're painting with a gold glittery kind of just really smooth, some just amazing gold paint. So I really like it. And I have a lot of things that I want to use it on some different projects coming up, so I'm really excited. And another thing is, the styles are in gold, but you can actually, of course, just like my other things, apply them on colors. Like say for this text, if I turn off the pattern overlay, it's turquoise, like my displays. So if I want, just double click on your pattern overlay and change the blend mode to luminosity, and then it uses the color below. And so you've got this amazing, super cool, effect of the kind of a metallic paint kind of thing in your color. So you can also do it in color. Another thing that's very key is if you say you want to change it to a less saturated gold or silver, simply add a color overlay in, it defaults to gray, that's fine. You could put it on black, but it's exactly the same thing. Just add a color overlay, change the blend mode to, color, and then you're going to have it in silver. You can also do hue, but then move it down, and then you can play with it here. You can have like some really cool different shades of gold and not so saturated, and that's fun to play around with. Like sometimes maybe you don't want that really goldy, you like this little bit of like a paler gold, and you can do some really beautiful things. So all you do is you add, when you want the the silver or the less intense gold, just add a color overlay and make sure it's on any kind of neutral, black, gray, whatever, and it'll be fine. Or say for example, I drew these things in color, the brush strokes. Well, I added my effect and it's in gold, obviously. And I could always change that to luminosity so then I see these in the color. Or what I can do is I can always, if I just want to change it to another color, simply add a color overlay, change it to color, and then pick some color you like, pink, whatever, and now you have it in another color. So it's just as easy as that. That's how all the layer styles work, and you can do that with anything. You can also change it to hue and for a little bit of a softer look, less saturated. You can't really see a big difference there, but anyway, there is. There's that, usually it's a little bit of a variation. So that's kind of the ins and outs of working with the product, and I just kind of went into a lot more detail just to show you all my little tips and tricks, and trying out, you can always do them in different colors as well. So it's not only just gold, it's, neutral gold, it's silver, it's colors. They're super versatile, and I plan on getting a lot of use out of them. And one last thing I will show you is that the best part about these is that they're great for big backgrounds. And some of my other collections weren't exactly meant for that. Like the shimmery swirls, they're really like circular. So I would, I don't say use them on big backgrounds, but they're not the best. But this collection is certainly meant for that. And so this, for example, is a 10-inch by 10-inch background, and as you can see, it looks really good, really smooth, really even. So like, if you want to make some sort of design on a, 8.5 by 11, you want it, some big background, something like that, it will look good. So that's just one of the highlights of this collection, is that you can use this, for your large backgrounds, for your large areas, and it will still look really good. So that's just a little in depth of working with the gold styles, the new 24 karat gold collection. And I hope you enjoy it. And I've just got a ton of things I'm working on right now for my site, and I'll be announcing those later. So if you're not already signed up for my mailing list, if you are signed up, I don't email that often, but I do email important announcements. So I've got a lot of really cool stuff that I'm going to be adding, and also like a lot of tutorials that I've been meaning to make, things to make your workflow faster, tips and tricks that I use. So I'm just trying to get around to getting those done. So hopefully you'll enjoy working with the collection, and I'll just talk with you soon.